If you are watching this video, all drama aside, this is one of the more important videos I've done over my many years of having a channel since 2013. And I know these videos aren't as popular as some of the other videos I do, but that doesn't take away from the fact that if you are watching this right now, good for you. Please watch the entire thing because it is such an important topic and one that applies to all of us as traders, assuming we are all human beings that are watching this video. And that is identifying emotional triggers, because yes, trading is very, very emotional. If you're a veteran, you already know this. If you're a beginner, let me just tell you, it's extremely an emotional skill to have, and you need to navigate those emotions. And part of navigating the emotions is learning those events that trigger you as a person. And I want to share one of my emotional triggers with me. And I have a sneaky suspicion it would probably trigger you. To be fair, it might not, because we are a little different. We all have our, strengths and weaknesses when it comes to these emotional triggers, but it is something that you always need to be aware of. So again, just think about emotional triggers, generally speaking, but I do want to just share a specific one because again, it illustrates an example, but also like I said, I have a suspicion that it probably is one that fits within your criteria too. And I want you to know I'm not going to be talking in theory. I want to walk you through one of my trades that I caught live on video and perfectly illustrates a situation where I was now at a very vulnerable spot as a trader and at risk of doing some very, very stupid things. Hence the trigger, right? Something happens emotionally and it triggers, well, quite frankly, it triggers stupidity. And a big, big part of trading is just not doing stupid stuff. And the best way to not do stupid stuff is to realize that you're about to do stupid stuff. And the best way to realize you're about to do stupid stuff is to realize that you've been triggered emotionally speaking. And that's what I want to show you right now. So let's first go with the initial part of this trade.
Watching 132.50 here, trying to anticipate a break down through that trend line. So a bit riskier in the sense of I'm not going to have any sort of confirmation. So in at 132.53 again, I'm trying to anticipate the break of not only this trend line, but also the VWAP. So right now looking good.
Now I should have noted that I wanted to see prices go down because I'm shorting the stock. So if you're a beginner, stocks going down is a good thing. But that is known as shorting or going short a stock. So prices going down, a good thing, but if prices go up, that is a bad thing. But you heard me say it, looking good. And no doubt about it, I am feeling fantastic. I anticipated the price going down. It started to go down. I wanted to see it break some certain levels to the downside. It did break those certain levels to the downside. So truly, I was feeling absolutely fantastic in my mind. I was thinking, what color Lambo am I going to be picking out? This is going to be fantastic. Maybe I can get a Lambo for my wife and my 5 kids. I mean, I was already planning the future because I was feeling very, very good. Anticipated the break, and I got the break, feeling great. So let's see what happened next.
But still need to see more follow through. So got the break, but now it just is in good volume too. But is this a true break, or is this just going to be one of these faulty breaks that I was telling you about earlier, where the market acts like it's going to do something and then it just goes and does the opposite? So markets themselves are rolling down to lows, which is great, which should help this out. And it's kind of helping it out, but not nearly as much as what I would like to have seen. But still want to give this thing a chance. That's very disappointing right now. Very disappointing. Wow. And this is this is exactly what I mean. We'll see if this is hopefully just a temporary spike, but this is what I was describing early on in the market. You got to be, I suppose in hindsight now, I should have been a little bit more aggressive in my profit tab. Getting close to being stopped out here. Got to be out. Well, now I'm right on the day. That is frustrating. I'm not going to try to play that off.
And yeah, what a turn of events. From feeling fantastic to then having a losing trade. Just everything gone, a complete 180. And I don't know about you, but for me at least, this is a trigger. To be thinking you're gonna have a winning trade and it's just the question of how big of a winning trade to then having a losing trade. For me, it is a feeling of almost injustice, almost like I've been robbed, because here I was making, quote unquote, making money. And that's why they do call it unrealized gains for a reason. But here I was making money. And then all of a sudden, not only does that money disappear, but then I'm red. So that money that I had made disappeared, and then somebody reaches in my pocket and pulls out the money. You know, that's the feeling. A completely terrible feeling, at least for me. And maybe that wouldn't affect you. Maybe you have no problem at all moving on to the next trade. And if that is you, then I'm very jealous of you. But for you, I would encourage you. But let's make sure you don't have any other sort of emotional triggers out there. But that is what we need to do as traders, is to not sit there and lie to ourselves, right? The worst thing I could have done in that situation is, oh yeah, I feel fine. I feel fine, right? And just completely lie to yourself. No, Clay, I didn't feel fine. I was frustrated, I was irritated, and it was just such an annoying feeling. And yes, you want to trade without emotions. I know my slogan on my site is trade without emotions, but it's not really trade without emotions because, as I said earlier in the video, we're all humans, we're going to have emotions, but it's going to be recognize emotions so that you can manage emotions. So that's what the actual slogan should be, manage your emotions. But in this situation, I did manage my emotions. I realized I've been emotionally triggered. I'm irritated, I'm annoyed, I'm frustrated. I feel like I've been robbed. There's an injustice that's going on. I'm entitled to my, but I acknowledged it and I was done trading for the day. And you know what? Okay, that's what happens. That's the solution, is if you are emotionally triggered, you're not necessarily done for the day, but go for a walk. I don't know, go play catch with one of your kids. Go, whatever you gotta do. Go grab a cup of coffee, just do something, realize that you are emotionally triggered, because the worst thing that you can do is continue, well, first off, the first thing you can do is lie to yourself about being emotionally triggered or being ignorant that you're emotionally triggered, which is why you have to figure it out. But then if you keep on trading, remember, we want to avoid doing stupid stuff. And that's when you're most vulnerable to do that stupid stuff. So always, as traders, especially as you're a beginner, when you don't know what your emotional triggers are, you gotta be very in tune with your feelings. For us guys, we don't want to, we're tough. We don't want to be in touch with our feelings, but as traders, you got to be in touch with your feelings and you got to work on it. If you're a veteran trader, then you already know this stuff. You already know probably what a lot of your emotional triggers are. Is this one of your emotional triggers to you veteran traders out there? What you just saw right here, is this one of these events that can just send you off the rails, get you all irritated, and you start doing stupid stuff? Let me know in the comment section. But like I said, I think probably a lot of you can relate to this. But at the core, I'm not saying that it's necessarily this is what's going to emotionally trigger you. It could be, but just be aware of those emotional triggers, because you got to be able to manage your emotions as a trader. It happens to everybody. It's annoying, it's frustrating, but it's just part of being a day trader. So I hope this helps. I hope this opens your eyes to such an important topic, such an important concept of recognizing, of acknowledging emotional triggers, so that you can start to recognize them and then just avoid doing those stupid things. So if you enjoy, hit that like button. If you have any suggestions for future videos, let me know in the comment section. And like I said, let me know in your comment section what you saw here. Is this one of your emotional triggers? Or share something else. What is an emotional trigger that you know you have about yourself? And maybe we can compile a good list down below in the comment section. So hit that like button, leave a comment down below. Check out the channel as a whole. If you like what you see, then I would love to have you as a subscriber to the channel. But again, be aware of those emotional triggers. They're not good and they can cause you to do really stupid stuff. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.